And we're back with another episode. Welcome back to the New Black. Yeah, woo. I'm Christy, your host. And if you're new here, this is my little corner of the brand new life where I really hone in on what it means to be a black woman in this new time we live in. I don't know that it's ever been a time like that before. So this one's gonna be kind of fun. I got inspired because I saw on Instagram a post. It really struck a nerve. You know, Instagram posts they really get you, like, you know, they really be speaking to your life. So one of my Insta friends posted something and I immediately sent it to my friend circle because it was relatable content. And if you a black woman, you probably can relate to this too. And hell, if you any woman, you probably can relate to this. So I'm gonna read it to y'all. It says, Miami trips and B-Day dinners is the leading cause of fallouts in the African American woman community. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But that one really spoke to me. And it's so funny because we recently had an experience like this. All right, welcome back to the New Black. I'm your host, Christy, and we're back again. We're gonna do this thing. If you're new here, thank you for finding this. If you're not new here, thank you for coming back. But this is, like I said, the New Black. It's a safe space for black women to kind of just be a safe space for me, honestly, to kind of work through all the nuances of being a black woman in uncharted times. It's not like anything any other black woman of any age has probably ever experienced. Not to discredit that, but this is completely new. So, the New Black. Tonight, I am sipping, of course, you know. Not champs tonight, but I am starting a series about the Lux Lush experience on my YouTube. But tonight, we're sipping on a little sparkling wine. This is American, not champagne, but it is really good. I first had this when I was in Santa Fe for a birthday trip, and we did a tasting room. This was one of the sparklings they had, and I love it. It's a great price point. It's really good, crisp, light, not too crazy, but I enjoy it. So that's what we're sipping on tonight. So we'll cheers to get started, because this one's gonna be a fun one. So one of my Insta friends posted this meme that I thought was hilarious. It was really funny and very relatable. I personally have, well, I'm gonna read y'all the meme first and then we'll get into the mess. So it says, Miami trips and B-Day dinners are the leading cause of fallouts in the African American women community. I felt attacked. I felt seen. If you a black woman, you understand. You've been here. These birthday dinners and birthday trips especially to Miami. I don't know why. They really have a hold on us, and it's time we talk about it. Okay, it's time to talk about why we can't get it together for these birthdays and dinners, and also why we have such high expectations of people when birthdays come around. Like, I love to celebrate a birthday, but you know. So I sent this to my group of friends, and we all laughed because we recently had an experience where we went on a girls trip for someone's birthday, ironically. So this was a birthday dinner and a Miami trip rolled into one. This was one long ass birthday dinner and a Miami trip rolled into one. And it had a little static. It got spicy. But we still had a good time. I will say this. We had a good time, but it got a little spicy. Another story for another day. But, because, it's still fresh, y'all. The wound too fresh to even. I gotta protect the innocent. So, yeah, we went to Miami. And I preface this by saying, I usually don't like girls' trips. I get along with women and girls just fine. I usually don't like girls' trips, though. And the month prior to this particular girls' trip, Miami birthday dinner extravaganza, I took a girls' trip to Santa Fe with, like, my closest group of friends. And then, well, period, my closest group of friends. One of my friend groups is a core group where we have common friends. Like, we are all friends together. Kind of like girlfriends, or like Issa D and her crew. I would say that. We went to college together. We all are friends mutually. We all hang out. We all know each other. We all know each other business, And then I have another really good friend that's my dog, but she's a newer friend, but we are still really, really tight. Like, that's my nigga. So she came on the trip in that group, and it was a great time. It was all like woo-saw, it was a little, how people, people just be tired. But other than that, amazing trip. It was everything I imagined for my birthday. The synergy was right. Everyone's energy was right. It was a great time. We had so much fun. The drinks were flowing. Everything was just seamless. I went extra lengths to plan something really good. And I hate planning stuff. I hate it. But I went extra lengths to plan something really good. I wanted them to just, chill. I wanted us to have just a chill ass time in a place that wasn't Atlanta. As much as I love Atlanta, don't get me wrong. I just don't see myself living anywhere else. But I wanted something that felt like we had left the country even though we hadn't. And Santa Fe was a really cool place to do that. So we did. We had a great time. It was beautiful. Everyone returned feeling refreshed. I had kind of like a long layover. Well, I took another trip and went to Dallas, and then I came back home. But everybody was refreshed. I felt great. I felt good. I was still on a... So I'm like, yes, we going to Miami next month. I'm excited, for another friend's birthday. I had some reservations when I saw the lineup, but, I can get along. I'm cool. So, yeah. And the trip was still really fun. I had a good time. But the two experiences helped me realize that girls' trips are possible, but everybody got to be on the same energy. We have to be on the same energy. And it made me realize that maybe there's a bigger problem with women who can't seem to mesh well with other women, and that could just be something a little more internally. So we'll go back to the conversation that I think some people have about the issues and traumas and struggles that internally as black women we have that even stem from our mothers and grandmothers, and how that can trickle into your space and cause you to have challenges with embracing and feeling love from other women. I grew up around my mom and grandmother, so loving, so caring. Like they're girls. So I'm a girl's girl. Like I enjoy being around women. I like the energy, but at the same time, I keep kind of guarded with certain women because I have found that some women are so used to being kind of in a survival space with women that they don't know how to genuinely receive love, because I'm not sure they know how to genuinely give it. And the process of being able to genuinely receive love, it's just something that's in you. Like the women I surround myself with right now, like they genuinely receive love, so they genuinely give it. So they know when I'm coming to them that it's in genuine love. Like this ain't no weird shit. Like, and I get that kind of tension because even with my mom and grandma, they have some tension that's now much better, but it's something that I observe. Like they have a little tension of a situation surrounding the upbringing, like of my mom and her grandma, her paternal grandmother, who she was very, very close to. And so seeing them be able to bloom and get better and grow in that, but it was a lot of, it was there. I don't know if they realized it, but I noticed it. And I think it's something we're all getting better at, especially, growing and healing. I think it's just something we've all been getting better at and more accustomed to. But I think that's something that's kind of an issue. And I think that's really the root cause of how we end up in such petty and tedious fallouts. Like, I don't know that we know how to genuinely be around and experience and love on and genuinely give love and receive it. I'll say that. I think it's just some people don't know how to genuinely receive love. And that's really sad. And I think that can kind of be the root of why you have problems, in your ventures of relating to women. And I say this not as somebody who personally deals with that, because honestly, I am not even like the friendliest bitch. Like I'm kind of, I ain't gonna say prickly per se, but I'm not super friendly. But I find that when I get around new women, like if I'm out with my homegirl and she has her friends or it's her birthday, this is not my usual crew. Like it's always a mix of girls, it's a lot of mix of women. And we always get along. It's a good time. Like it's a key. Like I enjoy it. Like a lot of times when I meet people for the first time, I don't have a hard time connecting. It's just natural. It feels good. And I'm genuinely giving like what I feel. Now, am I going to be best friends with these people? No, not necessarily. I may not even talk to them after. But if the connection is genuine and it's natural, it'll continue to form. And sometimes in a lot of friendships, people continue to force a friendship that probably should have never been. or the energies aren't mutual. And so for me, I easily pick up on that, which is why I don't follow up with a lot of situations or I don't continue to connect. And so sometimes we have to realize that. And I think that kind of energy is what causes us to kind of these girls trips where you have to spend a lot of time, intimate time with people who you only see sometimes or you only kick it with sometimes. To me, that's a real test of the relationships and bonds you have with your friends. Like, my friends, I don't really get tired of being around them. So I don't feel a need to explode. Like, it just feels good. And so I want to just encourage more of digging deep into learning or looking within ourselves to see, are we having challenges with genuinely receiving love? And not just in our friendships, in our relationships, in our family bonds. I'm not a therapist, but I can understand how an inability to receive love can really trip you up. And so I want us to take some time to really reflect on that. So I guess with that being said, I'll say my word for this episode or word of the night will be reflect. Because it's necessary to reflect so that we can take some time to really get to know ourselves. Self reflection is so, so, so important. And I'm recognizing, like, when I hear people talking, I'm talking to people, that some people have a real lack of awareness of who they are, how they're presenting themselves, and how they are coming across to other people. And I can say from personal experience, I have had to do that too. And I still do it. I still try to be realistic about it and try to check myself on it and get better about it. Not perfect, not the best, not all the way there, but it's progress. So I'll say the word for the night for us to stew on is reflection. So that's all. I just that funny little meme really kicked something up in me to share that was on my heart. But y'all let me know on the fun tip. Have y'all had any crazy girl stories or girls trip birthday dinner stories falling out? Tell me y'all tea. Give me some of the gossip in the comments. But also, have you experienced something where you felt like maybe in this instant this person just isn't in the place to receive your love? Or if you felt like that yourself, let me know in the comments. Send me a message, whatever. But that's all I got for this episode of The New Black. Again, thank you for listening. I'm your host, Christy. And I can't wait to do this again with you. I'm going to have another sip to sign off and have a good one. See you next time.